All right, guys, welcome to our Team Liberate Coach Basics call. This call I usually do the last Monday of every month. So it's something you can look forward to monthly. Again, just like the Emerald call, if you are a new coach and you're learning the basics, obviously this call is for you. If you are becoming a leader and you have your own coaches who should be learning the basics, this call is for you as well. So I love to see everybody, veterans and newbies on this call. I will be looking at, I have notes for this call just because I don't want to forget to tell you anything. So just, telling you that up front. Like always, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself. I always prefer to have more of like a conversation call rather than me just kind of, spewing information at you. And it's likely that if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same exact one. So please feel free to interrupt and ask questions. I'm not as good at following the chat, so just unmute yourself. Okay, so the four things we're going to go over tonight are vision and goal setting. We're going to go over what Success Club is and the incentives for reaching Success Club. We're going to talk about rank and your controlled business center, which if you are just on the Emerald call, will be a little bit of an overlap. And then we're going to talk about volume a little bit, which was also talked about on the Emerald call. So vision and goal setting. So think about your vision, not only for your business, but for your life. Because I'm a true believer that, this business can help you achieve whatever you want for your life and for your family and for yourself. So think about like your vision, like where are you going to be in 6 months from now? Where do you want to be a year from now? Again, not just in your business, but in life, because this business is essentially like your ticket to freedom. It's your avenue to freedom, whatever. I'm totally getting ahead of myself here in terms of my notes, but whatever freedom means to you, this business can help you accomplish that, believe it or not. So think about that. The coaches, in my experience, who I've seen who dive in full throttle in this business are the ones who are going to be successful. And that doesn't mean, I'm not saying the coaches who spend 9 hours a day working their business are the ones who are going to be successful. That's not what I'm saying at all. You can certainly be successful in this business working it very part-time, but you have to be all in terms of your mindset and your vision. You have to be super effective with your pockets of time. So dive fully in. If you envision your life being much different than what it is right now in 6 months or a year or 2 years, and you fully believe and know in your gut that this business can make those changes happen, you got to dive full in with this business. You have to be coachable. You have to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable, because that's how we help people. That's how we grow. I really encourage you, especially for those new coaches out there, when you're thinking about your business, don't look at this business as being something more, something that's added to your plate. Like, okay, I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids. This is going to be something else that I have to take on. No, don't have that mindset. Don't have that, again, I guess that mindset in your brain about this business. I want you to consider this business an outlet. And I always kind of felt this way, but I could never kind of pinpoint it until I heard, what a top coach who's actually on our team on our bigger team talk about it in this way. This business is an outlet that you can control. And I think I really like this analogy because I'm such a control freak. I often say, like, this business is actually, busy people sometimes actually do better in this business than people who aren't as busy, because you have to be so laser focused with your time. If you can see this business as being like the one thing in your life that you can control, when you have, a full-time 9-to-5 job with all of these things that are totally out of control. As a teacher, there are so many things that were out of my control, but I had to do them anyway, and it was so frustrating. If you have, a lot of house things going on that are just out of your control, things pop up, things happen. your kids, things that, come up, you have to go to different places and you have different commitments for your children. Your business is something that you can control. I always feel so good and so centered after I've done like a power hour or after I've had the time to really focus on my business. Like I could be kind of going in 87 different directions during the day, but then once I sit down and actually have a little bit of time to focus on my business, it's like a stress reliever almost. It's my outlet to everything else that is out of my control. And if you can kind of train your brain to see it in that way, instead of I have to work my business for an hour before I go to bed, I have to send X amount of invites, I have to post on social media. No, don't have that mindset. It might not come, be so easy right off the bat, but if you can in time have that, and you'll see it for yourself once you start really diving into your business and you start feeling the benefits of working your business consistently. I mean, it's an amazing feeling knowing you're helping somebody else start on their health journey, or it's an amazing feeling knowing that you're bringing in a new coach who's going to now change her life the way your coach helped you change your life. It's an amazing feeling, and it really centers me. And I think you'll find that does the same for you. But in order to do that, you have to treat this business like you've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you need to work your ass off to make that money back and then some. I think the fact that in order to sign up as a coach is a one-time $39 fee for some people, but most people get that waived or reimbursed. So essentially it's free to sign up as a coach, because I don't count that 140 or that 160 as signing up as a coach, because that's an investment in your own health. You know what I mean? It's not like you're just giving Beachbody $160. Like you're getting the workouts for a year and 30 servings of Shakeology. Like that's not really, in my opinion, money that you're using to start your business. So it's essentially free to sign up as a coach. And I think that's a blessing and a curse sometimes, because it's great, but if you can't have the mindset, if you have the mindset that, okay, I signed up as a coach, it's free, so I have nothing to lose, so you're probably not going to push yourself very hard to make sure you get your invites done before you go to bed, or to make yourself wake up at 4:30 in order to get your workout done, your invites, and your follow-ups done before you have to go to your 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Like if you have the mindset, oh, it was free, I don't really have to do that today. I'm not losing anything by not sending my invites today. It's not a big deal if I go 5 days without posting on social media. Like you're probably not going to be successful if you kind of have that mindset. You have to have the mindset that this is a legit business. Tell yourself that you've invested, like think of if you were to open like a brick and mortar store, if you were to open a Dunkin' Donuts or a Walmart or something, like those people put a lot of money out there and then their ass is on the line. And if they don't make it back, they're shit out of luck. So they're working their butt off day in and day out to not only make up the money that they invested, but then to make a profit. So you kind of have to you have to be in that mindset, because this is a legit business. It's a little out of the box because you're working from home or you're working from your cell phone. You can work from anywhere you want. It's different, and that's okay. That's one of the amazing things that I love about this business. But you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined to do the things day in and day out. It doesn't mean you can't take a rest. It doesn't mean you can't take like a weekend away and kind of recharge, but you have to be consistent, and you have to have the mindset that your butt is on the line. Your back is against the wall. You have to do these things. That's why it's important to have that mindset of where you want to be in 6 months and a year and 2 years. For me, when I started coaching, my biggest goal in life was to stay home with my kids. I didn't even have kids yet. I just knew I would one day, and I knew myself, and I knew I never wanted to go to a 9 to 5 if I had babies at home. It's just a personal preference. So from the day I signed up, my back was against the wall, because and then I got pregnant 4 months after I started coaching. So then it was really real. It was like game on. I have 9 months now to make this work, because I know myself. And when I have a little bitty baby, there's no way I'm going back to work. So I've always kind of had my back against the wall because I had no other choice. Beachbody was my plan A, and there was no plan B. Like, going back to teaching wasn't an option. That's the mindset that I had. So I was teaching full-time, coaching part-time, and I was pregnant, but I was still getting up at 5 a.m. to get my workout done before school. I was still staying up till 11 if I needed to get my invites done, after work. Like, I put in the work and made it happen because I had this mindset that there was no other choice. So you just have, and it's not something that's going to happen probably overnight, but it's something you want to continue to think about: your vision for your life, your vision for your business, and your why. Like, why are you doing this? What do you want your life to look like down the road? And how can Beachbody help you make that happen? Again, don't forget to ask questions if you have any. My notes talk about the avenue to freedom, which essentially I already talked about, but that's exactly what this business is. Whatever freedom means to you, which is kind of funny. So just ironic, because that's where the name Team Liberate came from. Because to me, this business allowed me the freedom to stay home with my kids. Not everybody wants to quit their job. We have people on our team who love their job and who could never imagine quitting their job. Totally fine. Obviously, this, freedom is different to other people. The other example I give is Pat Reelman. He's the one who started our bigger team, which is Team Boom. To him, freedom is traveling. His story is that he was an accountant and he could never take time off at certain times of the year because it was just too busy. And he always had friends and family who were traveling, and he felt like he was in jail because he literally couldn't take time off. There was one time his mom, his dad, and his two sisters went on a Success Club trip, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And they took a picture with some other guy, and they said, like, this is our new son, because Pat could never go on the vacations. He could never go on the Success Club trips, and he hated that. So to him, Beachbody, it wasn't even about the money. It was just about the freedom to be able to leave whenever he wanted to and not have to ask a boss to take time off. You know what I mean? So freedom can look different to everybody. But whatever freedom means to you, I promise you, Beachbody can help you get there. So think about your why, think about your mindset, think about your vision, and let that fuel you forward. I always say, if you can have, of course, we're all here because we like to help people. You wouldn't be in this business if you didn't want to help people. But just helping people isn't enough to push you to wake up earlier to get your stuff done, to go to bed late if you have to maybe skip out on watching the Kardashians, or skipping, some one-on-one time on the couch with your significant other 3 times a week, whatever. You're going to have to make sacrifices in order to reach your goals. And having a strong, and I think, and a why that you have this like emotional attachment to is going to push you every day to show up for your business. We talk about short-term sacrifice for long-term results. You might have to, in the next, couple of months, year, 2 years, as you're growing your business, you might have to make some short-term sacrifices. It might mean less sleep. It might mean less reality TV. It might mean, sacrificing like I just said, one-on-one time with your significant other, like 3 times a week. I'm not saying you can never see your husband, but maybe like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are your working nights. And then you spend Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the couch with your husband. You just got to figure out what you're going to do in order to get there, and how bad do you want it? What are you willing to sacrifice to make it happen? And it's not like you have to give up the Kardashians for the rest of your life. I gave them up for about 3 years. And then when I started nursing again, that's when I caught up on 3 seasons of the Kardashians, when I was like nursing around the clock the past 8 weeks. You can, Randy, you're laughing at me. Oh God. Short-term sacrifices for long-term. Yep. Life of your dreams. So just know that it's not forever, but if you have a strong why, that's going to push you. Like, I can't, I know I'm just saying the same thing over and over, but it's so important. This business works if you work it. You are you, and that's what makes you different. Sure, there's a lot of Beachbody coaches out there, but people are going to ultimately join you because of who you are. But they're only going to know who you are if you are sharing about yourself consistently on social media. We don't want you, vomiting Beachbody all over your social media. We want you to talk about who you are as a person. I always tell people, talk about the 5 things that make you you. And then stories are fun, are a whole different level because they can kind of be like the behind the scenes. But on your pages, Facebook, Instagram, you want to talk about the 5 things that make you you. That's going to allow people to see that you're a well-rounded person. If you only give them fitness and health, that's showing them just one piece of what makes you you. But people are going to want to get to know you, and they're going to learn that they can trust you, and they're going to relate to you when you share about you. If you're a mom, we should know that on your social media. If you are, I talk about being an ex-teacher, because it really plays a part in my story. I talk about my anxiety all the time. This is where it kind of comes in, the getting comfortable, getting uncomfortable. You don't have to share super personal things, but you need to share enough because other people are in your shoes and can relate to you. And when people can relate to you, they're going to learn that they can trust you. And when they can trust you, that's when they're going to join you, especially people like strangers. It'll be a little bit different to, friends and family. But you need to share you. That's what makes you different. Anybody can sign up with any Beachbody coach to get support with X, Y, and Z, but there's only one of you. And when people join you, they're joining you because of you, not because you're a Beachbody coach. Right? Madeline, is it Madeline? It's Madeline or Madeline? Madeline? Yeah. Do you have other Beachbody coaches on your feed? Do you see other Beachbody coaches like on your feed and stuff?
I think I have like 1 or 2.
1 or 2. But we have a ton in common.
Yes.
Right? We're both moms. Both of our kids are named Grayson.
Yeah.
We're both moms. She's also a kindergarten teacher. I taught kindergarten for 6 years. So we relate a lot. We've never met each other in real life, but we connected on social media because we have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like you kind of, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you feel like you can kind of like know who I am a little bit because of my posts?
Oh yeah.
I'm like a real person.
Yeah.
I'm like,
a lot of
that's like normal
because I could relate.
Yeah. I'm not like perfect. I am wearing 0 makeup right now. Like we can just relate. Yeah. You don't have to pretend on your page because people can't relate to perfect. People can relate to real. I openly tell my husband my dreams so he can understand and support me. Sacrifice by doing it for the future. Totally. I love that too. So I'll get off my rampage here. I'll kind of wrap this part up with this. The escalator mindset. You'll hear us talk about this here and there in this business. This is something I think Pat, who I was just referring to before, he talks about it a lot. I don't know if he made it up or if he got it from somewhere, but basically, you just need to be consistent, and you need to be you, and you need to be you consistently on social media and, in your own health journey and with inviting and all the things. He talks about it as an escalator. So an escalator is going up. Every time you do something that's going to help your business, every time you press play, every time you drink your shake, every time you share on social media, every time you reach out to somebody to invite them to join you on your journey, you're going up the escalator. But if you stop for 2 weeks because for whatever reason, you're going to go back down the escalator, and then you're going to have to start over. So again, we're not saying you can't, take a social media break if you're going away for the weekend or something, but you want to be consistent in all aspects because that's when people are going to trust you. Like if you're in and out of your business, people are going to be like, okay, she's not really taking this business seriously. Is she really going to be able to help me? Probably not. You want to show them that you're the real deal, and you want to show them that you're here and you're not going anywhere. The other analogy is, which I kind of like better, is throwing a pebble into your pile. So everything you do that's good for your business, moving your business in the right direction, adds a pebble to a pile. And here you are every day, day in and day out. You're working out, that's a pebble. You're drinking your shake, that's a pebble. You send an invite, that's a pebble. And you're just going along minding your own business, doing your thing, until one day you turn around and that pebble has turned into a pile, like a huge pile. That's that, as an analogy for your business is growing just by being consistent and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. I think that's it. All right. That's the biggest chunk of this call. And then I'm going to just fly through the next 3 because I do talk about them a little bit on the Emerald calls anyway. Any questions? Okay. So Success Club, especially if you're a brand new coach, you might be wondering, what is the Success Club thing they talk about? So Success Club measures the amount of lives you've changed every month. Notice we talk about changing lives and not selling a challenge pack, because that's truly, we're not here. Sure, yeah, we're selling people something, but at least on our team, we feel that when somebody orders a challenge pack or whatever they're ordering, that's when our job starts. I think there's a lot of coaches out there who might give us a bad rep because they make a sale and that's the last time they talk to that person. But with us, we feel strongly that when somebody joins us, that's the beginning of our journey with them. Because ideally, you make 25% commission on everything you sell, but where the real money starts to come in this business is the residual income. So in order to build your team, you want to bring on customers, add them to your challenge group, and give them the best experience possible. Pat calls it hashtag 5 best friends, because if you help 5 people, 2 points per challenge pack, so that's SC10, Success Club 10. 5 best friends. You bring on 5 new people every month. You put them in your challenge group and, you're checking in with them every day. You're tagging them on the accountability post. Maybe you have a group message with all your other clients or all your other newbies, doing whatever you have, helping them with their meal plan, doing whatever you have to do to set them up for success. Because when they see success, that's when they're going to want to pay it forward and help other people. They're going to want to become a coach and help people too. And that's when your team is going to build. And that's when you're going to really take advantage of the residual income side of things. That's when you're going to team cycle more, when your team grows. So Success Club should be a non-negotiable every month. The benchmark technically is 5, because you used to be able to get 1 point for something, but everything is 2 points now. So it's technically 6. You get 2 points for every challenge pack that you sell, and you get 2 points every time someone gets on Home Directive Shakeology, meaning they sign up to order it monthly. So by helping, it has to be new people every month. So 3 new people every month is going to get you to Success Club 6. That's like the bar. That means you've hit Success Club. Obviously, you don't want to stop there. You want to keep going, but that's the bar. So if you look at, let me share my screen. If you look at our cover photo that I put up, I do this every Monday. You can see Christina, who's on our call. She's at Success Club 20. So that means she's helped 10 people this month, because her 10 people times 2 is 20. So it says 5 plus, it's really 6. So these people have hit Success Club is they've kind of met that benchmark. Obviously, we're all continuing to push until midnight at the last day of every month. These people are almost there. So Justin and Jessica and Emily would need to help 1 more person to get to 6. Randy, this is my husband, Adina, Pam, and Maureen would want to help 2 more people by the end of November to get Success Club. Perfect. Okay, so everybody should be doing this monthly. It's not the end all be all of your business, but it's a good way to kind of gauge your progress. Clearly, if you're helping 3 people a month, it means you're committed to your own journey and you're, posting on social media. You're inviting people, because you can't help people unless you invite them. It's very rare that people are going to come to you. You're giving them this great experience, paying it forward, and then they want to pay it forward, and it kind of just snowballs from there. when you get Success Club, there are incentives. I don't think Beachbody needs to give us incentives, but it's amazing that they do. A couple of the incentives are if what we call a Success Starter. So when you hit Success Club your first 3 months as a coach, full month. So if you signed up in November, December would be your first full month. You can use November as your full month, but it's like not fair. If you signed up today, November 25th, it really wouldn't be fair to count November as your first month because you only have 6 days to hit Success Club. So, but if you do in your first month, that's great. So Beachbody lets you choose which month is technically your first month. And then if you hit it 3 consecutive months, your first 3 months, you get a free ticket to the following year's summit. Summit is our annual huge convention, although I hate using the word convention because it sounds so like formal, and it's not that at all. It's so much fun. It's the weekend. I was just talking to one of my new coaches about this. It's the weekend of July 15th, 2020. It is in New Orleans. It's Thursday to Sunday. A lot of us go on Wednesday, but you don't have to. Definitely something to seriously think about. It's a game changer for your business. If you're serious about this business, you've got to be there. We work out with the celebrity trainers. We hear from top coaches, like training from top coaches, just being together, because we've gotten to know each other via, Zoom, and we're kind of here with each other in, I think one of our coaches called it 2D, 2D, but then being with each other, like in real life, it's like so different. Like Randy and I met each other in person at this past summit, but she had been my customer and turned to coach for like 2 years. So I felt like I knew her, but we had never met in person. And it was just, and the same thing happened with Kelsey last year. It's amazing. It's a game changer. Cara said Summit is the best. You got to be there. So definitely consider it, and you get a free ticket to it if you are a Success Club starter. Also, there's a Success Club trip every year. You have to qualify for it, but every year Beachbody takes like the top 5,000 Success Club earners, those who say yes. Obviously there's going to be people who decline the invite, on a Success Club trip, and everything is paid for except for your airfare, of course. 2 years ago, we went to Mexico. Last year, they went on a cruise. I couldn't go because they were going to a Zika place, and I was pregnant, and I was so sad. This year in March, we're going to the Dominican Republic, and I can't wait, and it's just so much fun. It's kind of like Summit, but it's way more relaxed. There's not as much training and stuff. It's truly like a vacation, which is just incredible. Like going on a free vacation, sure, twist my arm. And then the other thing they do, they give you up to 4 prizes a year. So if you hit Success Club for 3 months, they give you a prize. When you've hit it 6 months in a year, they give you a prize. When you've hit it 9 months in a year, they give you a prize. And when you've hit it 12 months in a year, they give you a prize. So you can earn all 4 prizes if you hit Success Club all 12 months. But if you hit it January, February, and then not again until April, and April would be your 3 month, and then you could pick, you'd get that prize. There's things like backpacks. I've got 2 different backpacks now. Our last one was a blue hoodie, zip up hoodie that says coach on the back, which is really cool. I've gotten bobbleheads of the celebrity trainers. I've gotten like Shakeology cups. I've gotten a selfie stick before. Like there's so many different things. And again, I don't really think they have to do it because this is our job. Obviously we want to be hitting Success Club and helping people, but they do, and it makes it that much more fun. Any questions about Success Club? It's amazing. 100% recommend it. I didn't see the success my first year and was really honest, but kept doing this business. Yeah, consistency. Adding a pebble to your pile every single day. She is at the top of the Success Club where she's at SC20. Game changer in terms of connecting and learning, totally. We did an exclusive like Team Liberate dinner last year. That was super fun, and it's amazing. Okay. Rank and Control Business Center and then Volume are the last 2 ones, and I'm going to just kind of brush over them quickly because pretty much all of this we just talked about in the Emerald call, which I will post the recording after this. But so Rank, everybody in this business starts as a coach. No matter who you are, you start as a coach. If you were to go into your Coach Online office and then you go to the Monitor My Business tab, and then you go down to Graphical Genealogy, you'll see the coaches who are below you. If you're a brand new coach, you might not have anybody below you yet. If you've been in this business for a little bit, you might have coaches below you, even if you haven't put them there. When you put a coach underneath you, it's called a personally sponsored coach. If you have other people who are under you in your genealogy, but you don't know who they are, it's because your coach or somebody else above you in the genealogy brought on that coach and put them below you. So they'll help you with volume, to accrue volume on that leg, but they're not going to help you rank advanced to emerald or diamond. It has to be a personally sponsored coach for rank advancement, but anybody below you helps with volume. So you might start seeing some random names and be like, who is this? That's the team approach. That's what makes this business really awesome and really fun. In order to get to emerald, which is your first rank, you want to hit it as soon as possible. You need to have one coach of your own on your left and your right. That doesn't matter if they're discount or business builders. One of them, on the first person you sign on your weak leg, is going to be what we call your controlled business center. It's usually a family member or significant other, someone you trust and will allow you to control their account and who will give the money to you that you earn through that account. Reasons to hit emerald: it means you're doing your job, you're growing your team, you have some credibility, you're moving things forward. It allows you to accrue volume. If you are in a position where you could, like, you've signed up somebody on your weak leg, and then you have volume accruing because you have people underneath you, not personally sponsored, but people underneath you who are helping you accrue volume on your strong leg, but you don't have a personally sponsored person on your strong leg yet, you can't hold on to that, can't accrue those volume points. So it just gets wasted. So that's why you want to get emerald as soon as possible, so you can start saving those accrued volume points, if that makes sense. From there, your controlled business center, you can order your extra stuff. I talked about this. You're going to want to start with a challenge pack, so that you get the Success Club points, halfway to emerald, you get the volume, you get the commission. You want to try some new products. And then from there on out, you would order anything extra. So you keep your Shakeology under your account, and then you'd order Energize, Recover, Beach Bars, a 3-day refresh, Hydrate, whatever, under that account, because then their account would get that volume and your account would get that volume, because it starts at the bottom and works its way up. Again, this is not something you see results from right away, but it's, if you have that vision, that mindset for your business, for your life, this is a smart decision. It means you're double dipping for your family. And then volume. When your weak leg has 100 accrued points and your strong leg has 200, you get to cash out. As an emerald, you get $14 a cycle. As a ruby, you get $16 a cycle. And as a diamond or above, you get $18 per cycle. If you use 100 and 200 and you cycle once, and then you still have enough points to do another 100 and another 200, you get to do that. All unused points do roll over, which is really great that Beachbody does that. So if you have like 56 random leftover points and 150 on the other leg because you didn't have enough to cycle again, that just gets rolled over to the next week, which is nice. PV is personal volume, the volume that you personally accrue through your purchases and the purchases of your clients. So think about, like, imagine what you could do with this money. Yeah, so one cycle at $14 as an emerald doesn't sound like much, but if you're cycling 10, 20, 50 times as an emerald, I mean, there is a cap, but if you're cycling a lot, that's going to add up. And then obviously your goal is to get to diamond so that you can max out at that $18 per cycle. It can add up to thousands of dollars a week, and think about and kind of bring that full circle back to your vision, your mindset, and your why. Think about what that residual income could do for your life, for your family. Think about how that money could make that vision that we talked about at the beginning of this call kind of come to life. Your goal is to leave your full-time job like me, then you want to be team cycling as a diamond as much as possible, obviously, because that's going to earn you that much more money, which is going to get you that much closer to your goal. So really, I really encourage you to stop and think about, what do you want your life to look like 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now? and think about what you need to do in order to get there and what you need to sacrifice. Like, what do you need to not do? You know, sleep less, maybe, and not like hours, but maybe wake up a half an hour earlier. That's like your compromise to make sure you get your 20 invites in before you go to work. We always talk about like doing whatever. It's called Eat That Frog. Is a personal development book that I recommend. It's basically like whatever you don't like to do the most, you want to do first and get it out of the way. So if invites are not your thing, you want to wake up 30 minutes earlier and bust them out. Things like that. So think about what needs to happen in order to make your goals come to fruition. And know that in this business, and you'll hear me say this all the time, half this business we were going to teach you through these training calls, through the new coach mentorship training on our website, through one-on-one calls with your upline. But the other half of this business you just learn by doing. There's no such thing as getting your master's degree in Beachbody coaching. It just doesn't happen. You learn as you go. But lucky for you, you've chosen an amazing, incredibly awesome, supportive team that we are here to help you. And there's like so much training and everything you could possibly need. We're here to help you. So does anybody have any questions? It's the end of my spiel. And if you think of a question tonight, tomorrow, you know where to find us. Otherwise, that's it. I'm going to post the recordings.
Wait, I have something really quick. So this is the issue that I'm having. Can you hear me? Sorry. You might hear my kid's not asleep, you know.
No, I can hear you.
So the reason that everybody is cycling really is because they have their husbands on their side, is what I've realized, right?
I mean, that's not the only reason why people cycle.
Well, that's what helps them cycle, right? Like that's what helps you get to Emerald. Well, that's what helps you start to cycle because you have
your husband, you know, if that's what you choose to do as your controlled business center, is one of your coaches who helps you get to Emerald.
Okay, yeah, because that's my issue that I'm having, and that's what I talked to Kelsey about. So it's hard to get someone that you can put in your controlled business center that trusts this process. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because everyone's always worried about pyramid schemes and like all the like salesy things or whatever. Like I myself have already done LuLaRoe, you know, and I closed that business. I've done paparazzi. So now I do Beachbody because, I mean, realistically, it's just made me be a better person. So it's hard to find someone for me to put on that control side. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what's preventing me from being able to get to the next level. And it's like, I can't,
Two things. Number one, you don't have to sign up a controlled business center. It's smart. You could go out there and bust your butt and send 20 invites a day and find 2 people who want to sign up as a coach.
Okay.
There's no excuse. A little bit of tough love for you.
No,
it doesn't have to be a controlled business center. It's a smart thing to do if you have somebody, but you can go out there and you can find 2 people who want to sign up as a coach, and that's getting you to Emerald.
Okay, because I have one girl that's like a discount coach, and then I have one girl that's a customer. But if I can convert her to another coach, then I'll be fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just a smart thing to do. You don't have to. It's not a rule. Yeah. Like it's not a Beachbody thing. It's like a corporate thing. It's just a smart thing to do.
No.
The other thing that I want to mention is I talked about this on our Emerald call just a little bit ago, which I'll post the recording. But you know, at the end of our Emerald call, it talks about thinking about 15 people who you love, who you could help. You want to think of this as you're going to help them and they're going to help you. So say you have your mom, Tamika, right? And she's like, I don't know, you've done all these other MLMs. I'm not really sure. Could you just get her, because she loves you, because she's your mom, could you get her to just sign up for 2 months with Shakeology? Say, and I don't even know if, you know, you're in touch with your mom or whatever, but I'm just.
Well, that's what I was about to tell you. Mom's not going to work because let me tell you about my mom. My mom gets up every morning, y'all, and I still have my membership at Planet Fitness because I do like to go lift heavy weights sometimes. But right now it's just a little too cold for me to go out there and crank the car. my mom goes to Planet Fitness every morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And the issue is that my mom is so picky. She started using a different pre-workout than our Beachbody. She would come over here to my house, because I live behind her, and use my pre-workout. But I said, Mom, you need to get an account and order you some. And she would never do that. So she ended up buying another company's pre-workout that I was using also. Mom won't do that, Brooke. And Mom still has her fat roll. And I'm like, Mom, you're not cutting anything because you're going to the gym looking at Pinterest. I was like, your workouts are right here. Like, and she's like, well, you never send it to me when you post it on your Instagram because you're not going to do it. Like,
I mean, I hear you. My mom drinks another protein shake.
Yeah.
She wants nothing to do with Shakeology. I totally get it.
Yeah,
But that's not, you can't use that as a reason. You know, so think of a friend, or think of your college roommate, or your neighbor, your kid's teacher, your babysitter, your coworker, like anybody who would be willing to help you for 2 months. This is what I told everybody on the Emerald call. Think about it as for 2 months. You have, let's just say, your coworker. You really want to help that, you know, that girl. She's going to benefit by signing up as a coach with Beachbody On Demand, All Access, and Shakeology. She's going to benefit because right now for $140, it's a freaking steal to get a year access to all the workouts and a 30-day supply of Shakeology. She's going to benefit from living a healthier life, and you're going to help her, and you're going to keep her accountable, and she's going to help you by signing as a coach and helping you get to Emerald.
Uh-huh.
And you say, will you help me for 2 months?
Yeah.
Will you commit to Shakeology for 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
And you know that at the end of that 2 months, hopefully she falls in love with it and wants to stick it out and says, you know what, I never want to give up my 25% discount. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But your deal with her was to give you 2 months. So then within those 2 months, you're working your butt off to replace her with somebody else, so that if she were to leave, you would still be Emerald because you'd have somebody else underneath her. Yeah.
Right. And that's my goal right now. Like, I have my discount coach and another customer. And the thing is that I have all these brides come into the bridal store. Oh, I got to lose weight. Oh, you do? Why don't you come do a morning back down with me, girl? I'm like, yo, this is my email. And actually last week, one of the mamas was like, yeah, she need to lose weight. Send me that. And they signed up only, though. I tried to get a challenge pack out of her. They only signed up for Beachbody, like for the year. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to send an email like, oh, this is on special this week. Why don't you try this protein? So I'm going to try to like get them in more.
Yeah. But
it's like, it's little steps that I've been trying to take. But it's just like you said, the other morning I got up after Mel did that call with us last week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up early, like she did at like 4:30 to just like woosop. But I sent out 25 invites at like 4:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh, I know you're sleeping, but da-da-da, you know, and I sent them. And that's when I just realized that it's easier for me to try to get it done before I get crazy busy in this real estate world, you know, that I'm in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, okay. I just need a clarification about that control thing. Because I was like, I ain't got no husband. I used to have a husband, and I don't want no husband. So I won't be like them.
No, you don't have to. It's just a suggestion.
Okay.
Say you were to get a husband down the road, you could always sign him up when and if that happens.
Yeah, Jesus. It better be Jesus. Amen.
You're funny. No, but I love your question. I love questions because it makes me feel like, you know.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to tell you guys too, Jen's not on, you know, Jennifer, everyone knows Jen. Well, some of you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
So we tried the Bear Blend today, and you know, everybody had to hold on to the thing and like rock your hips, like that funny thing. Christina did it. I did it. Emily did it. So if you do the Bar Blend sample and you do the one where you have to put the band and you rock your hips and you take a video of that, can you send that to Jen? Because I was like, Jen, wait, let's do a promo of all of us doing this, laughing at ourselves, so then we can use it as a promo thing. And she's going to combine the video of everybody doing that and send it out.
I didn't use the loops, but I did that like
rock the hips. Me too.
Feel the love with your hips situation. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So if you did it and recorded yourself, send it to her because she wants to compile a video. Because I mean, I can't do that Bar Blend. It ain't for me.
Okay.
That's all.
But Tamika, you're going to come across some people who it's going to be the perfect program for.
Barbelin? Oh yeah, I'm promoting it. I'm like, y'all go on and do it, but I'm about to do this cardio. But y'all come on, I got money. I can save you money.
Because our job as coaches is to be able to help as many people as possible.
Exactly.
Right?
Any way we can. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Okay, cool. Does anybody have any questions? If you have any, you know where to find me. I'm going to post these right now. Okay. Great. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Have a good night. Oh, let's take a picture.
Oh, goodness.
Don't go anywhere. Okay, ready? Oops. No, I don't want to install new software. Don't have time for that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. Okay. All right. I love you all. I'll talk to you later.